Hello, and welcome to another edition of the First Pitch Podcast on Pitcher List. My name is Trevor Hooth. Thanks so much for being here. And what do you say we take a look at some baseball? We got plenty to talk about, of course, starting with the news. Jack Kochanowicz has been optioned by the Angels. He had a 6.03 ERA with a 15.6% strikeout rate. He has had a rough time, a rough go of things in the majors this year. Jake Eater is going to come up to provide a little bit of bullpen depth for him. After the All-Star break, though, the Angels will have to figure out who's going to be their fifth starter. Could be prospect Caden Dana, although he has not thrown in a while. I think they're managing his workload. There's been no report of injury or anything, but they may not want to throw him right back in before a ramp up. Victor Medeiros is an option. Reed Detmers could be stretched back out. There are some other options, but those are just a few. Again, Jack Kochanowicz heading to AAA. Tyler Callahan is most likely done for the year for the Reds after follow-up surgery on his wrist. He hurt himself in his fourth MLB game. Pirates select righty Johan Ramirez. Jared Triolo has been optioned to AAA to make room on the active roster for him, and they have DFA'd Matt Gorski to open up a spot on the 40-man roster. They gave Gorski a tryout. He's got a lot of power, but a lot of strikeouts, and that's something that showed through during his stint on the big league roster. We'll see if he gets an opportunity somewhere else. Jake Myers has been placed on the 10-day IL by the Astros. He has a calf strain. Zach DeZenzo transferred to the 60-day IL. That makes room for Bryce Matthews on the active roster, who, as mentioned, was hitting pretty well. He was in the PCL in AAA, and he was hitting well in the more hitter-friendly environments. His splits have me worried. He hit all 10 of his home runs away from the home environment. His home environment in Sugar Land, not the greatest for hitters in terms of PCL. He struggled there, hit great away. Gives me a little bit of pause when thinking about him at the big league level. We'll see how he does. Brandon Lowe heads to the 10-day IL with oblique tightness. They don't expect him to miss too much time. More of a precautionary thing. He's missed a few games. They backdated it with the All-Star break coming up. They just get him a little bit of extra rest. Curtis Mead has been recalled as the corresponding move. The Mets have made a flurry of moves themselves. Justin Hageman has been optioned. Jesse Winker placed on the 10-day IL. Replacing them on the big league roster will be Austin Warren and Jared Young. Nick Nastrini returns to the Dodgers after being removed from the Marlins roster, so the Dodgers put a claim on Nastrini. He was originally traded by Los Angeles at the 2023 trade deadline in that Lance Lynn, Joe Kelly deal. He went to the White Sox, was eventually DFA'd by them, claimed by the Marlins, removed from the Marlins 40-man, and now he is back with the Dodgers, and that seems to be a theme for today's podcast as Joey Wentz has been claimed by the Braves, who was the organization that originally drafted him before they traded him in 2019 to the Tigers in the Shane Green trade. Wentz had a couple other stops with the Pirates and, of course, the Twins, which is where he was claimed from by the Braves. Kevin Herget has been DFA'd as a corresponding move. The Brewers placed Aaron Ashby on a paternity list. They recall Tobias Myers, and Blake Perkins is set to start a rehab assignment in AAA. Myers has a 2.93 ERA and 51 1/3 AAA innings. And in other rehab assignment news, Zach Eflin, Cade Povich will be starting rehab assignments in AAA for the Orioles. Eflin's set to start on Sunday. Getting some highlights from yesterday's games, Jose Ramirez in one end of that doubleheader hit his 18th home run and stole a base as well. For the White Sox in the doubleheader, their highlight in one of the games, Lennon Sosa went yard twice. He's now got 9 on the year and is hitting .272 through 279 at-bats. Kyle Schwarber reaches 30 home runs on the season, going 1 for 3 for the Phillies. Nick Castellanos also went deep for his 12th home run of the season. For the Padres, Manny Machado went yard for the second straight game. He's got 3 home runs in his last 5 games, and also he's got 4 in the month of July while hitting .282. He is certainly enjoying this month. Randall Grichuk picked up a trio of hits for the Diamondbacks, including two bombs and a double. So he was feeling it at the plate yesterday. He's got 7 home runs on the year with a 241 average, but an extra base monster in that one. Talked about him a little bit at length in yesterday's podcast, but Zach Neto goes yard again. That makes 2 games in a row, bringing him to 15 on the year. He's hitting 275, 15 home runs, 16 steals. And honestly, my brain just keeps going to where would he be if he, started the season on time. He's been great all year since coming back. It was a game of twos for the Atlanta offense. Sean Murphy had 2 home runs. He has 15 on the year now, hitting 236. Ronald Acuna Jr. had 2 doubles. Jurickson Profar had 2 doubles. So lots of guys doing double duty for whatever extra base hit they chose in this one. Michael Harris had a double, but just one of them in the game as they were hitting the ball pretty well. Riley Adams had a solid day for the Nationals, hitting a home run and a double. He's still hitting 154 on the year. CJ Abrams had a pair of hits himself, including his 4th triple on the year. Andrew Vaughn hit a second home run as a member of the Milwaukee Brewers. And I'll tell you what, he has enjoyed that small sample he's had since he's been on that Milwaukee roster. He's got 10 at-bats, but he's got a pair of home runs and is hitting 400. So obviously you can't say anything definitively, but certainly a good start for him with his new ball club. Trevor Larnach went deep, his 13th home run on the year, added a pair of RBIs. And if you listen to me regularly on the First Pitch podcast, you know I'm going to mention Royce Lewis. Just got to do it. He picked up another hit, and he's hitting .313 in his 32 at-bats since returning from his most recent injury. The only issue is there is no power. These are all singles, and he hasn't done anything to, no home runs, no steals, anything like that. It's just hitting for a good average, but it's a good sign considering at one point he was 0 for the season. So, hopefully that power starts to creep back for Royce Lewis, but .313 in 32 at-bats since coming back from injury. Wyatt Langford, a 4-hit day for him, including his 15th home run on the year. He also stole his 14th base. Juan Soto hit his 22nd home run of the year in yesterday's games. Over his last 30, Soto was hitting .337 with 11 home runs and 25 walks. So whatever narrative was coming out that he wasn't worth the money has to be dissipated by over the last month or so, because he has been a man on a mission. Ceddanne Rafaela picked up 2 hits, 3 RBIs, including a home run. He's got 13 home runs on the year and is hitting .271. So his average is just a lot better than where a lot of people seem to think it would be this year. And he's definitely proving he deserves that spot. I mean, he hits at the end of that Red Sox order, but 13 home runs, .271. He's having himself a solid year. Not as solid as Cal Raleigh. He hit 2 more home runs. He's up to 38 on the year. That's right, 2 home runs, 38 on the year. It's just crazy what he's doing. I'm bad at math, to be fair, but based on my assessment, he's on pace for roughly 1 billion home runs this season. I mean, what in the world? This power surge he's had is just amazing. Cody Bellinger hit a trio of home runs, 6 RBIs, bringing him to 16 on the year. And PCA, Pete Carroll Armstrong, actually took away a good hit from him, if not a home run from him. Just a good day. He was seeing the ball well against his former team. And finally, with hitters, Otto Lopez hit his 10th home run of the year. He hit one as a part of a 2-hit day, and he's hitting .250 on the year. He was one of the early season guys to pick up and probably paying pretty good dividends at this point. Looking at some of the pitching from yesterday, Shane Smith lasted only 3 innings, but he struck out 5 with no walks against the Guardians. He gave up a pair of earned runs on a pair of home runs, both solo shots. Ranger Suarez for the Phillies through 6 2/3 innings, gave up 3 runs, but only 1 of them was earned, and he struck out 5. This brings his season ERA to 1.94. For the Padres, Ryan Bergert struck out 7 against the Phillies. He went 4.2 innings, gave up a pair of earned runs. He's got 31 2/3 innings on the season with a 2.84 ERA and 30 strikeouts. Only 6 of those 10 outings have been starts as a starter. He's got 28 strikeouts and 27 and two-thirds innings with a 3.25 ERA. So things been going pretty well for the rookie. Matchup of the day was Paul Skeens versus Joe Ryan. That's the one I picked yesterday, or picked for yesterday's game. Skeens gave up a pair of runs, struck out 6 over 5 innings of work. He now holds a 2.01 ERA with 131 strikeouts and 121 innings. And Joe Ryan was opposite him. Ryan struck out 5 over 5 innings, giving up 1 earned run. Michael Waka turned in a solid day, striking out 5 in 5 innings with a single earned run against the Mets. And it seems like he's turned in a few of these, over the last few weeks or so. It was an off night for Tarek Skubal for the Tigers. Skubal was on short rest. He was on 4 days rest, and the numbers over his career point to the fact that he just doesn't pitch as well when he's on short rest. That's where he was at for this most previous start. Skubal gave up 4 earned runs, struck out 5 over 5 innings. But I mean, realistically, if your bad day is giving up 4 earned runs and striking out 1 per inning, it's not the worst day that we've seen. So again, just short rest for him, not great. As he gets more, we'll see Tarek Skubal come back. German Marquez enjoyed being away from Coors. He struck out 8 over 6 innings and gave up 1 earned run against the Reds in Great American Ballpark. On the other side of that matchup was rookie Chase Burns, rookie sensation Chase Burns, who's struggled to this point in his big league career. Had a good matchup against the Rockies, and he enjoyed that. He struck out 10 over 6 innings with 2 earned runs. So a good day for Chase Burns, getting all the whiffs that we knew were there somewhere. Carlos Rodon had a great day, shut out the Cubs over 8 innings, 0 runs over 8 innings, scattering 4 hits and a walk, and he struck out 8, which just seems par for the course for him. For the Marlins, Edward Cabrera seemed like he was having a pretty good day. Struck out 6 over 4 innings with 4 earned runs. He left the start with elbow discomfort, which isn't something you want to see. He said post-game via translator that it wasn't anything major. He didn't think it was anything major, just fatigue. Obviously, he is not a doctor, so keep your eyes peeled for more of the news as that will come out. But he did get pulled after 4 innings and went to be evaluated for elbow discomfort. And finally, Dean Kremer worked around 3 hits and a walk to throw 7 shutout innings with 7 strikeouts. So a solid day for Kremer and the Orioles. That was our news. That was our highlights, both hitting and pitching. Going to take a look at the games upcoming today. But before I do that, I'm going to take just a moment. We'll be right back here. My name is Trevor Hooth, and this is the First Pitch Podcast on Pitcher List. And welcome back to the First Pitch Podcast on Pitcher List. My name is Trevor Hooth. Always happy to have you here with me. We've talked news. We've talked highlights, both hitting and pitching from yesterday's games. Let's take a peek at what we got coming up today. In the first one, I cannot quit being interested in Mike Burrows. I know I probably shouldn't be. The walks are concerning. I get that. I cannot give it up. He's got the Twins coming up today. He threw 5 shutout innings with 6 strikeouts against the Mariners his last time out. And it seems like any given day, he's just able to have a good outing and rack up some strikeouts. I can't quit it. I'm just constantly interested. Trevor Rogers taking on the Marlins. Solid matchup for him. He has, I believe, totaled 5 starts. He's thrown for a 1.57 ERA with 24 strikeouts through 28 and 2/3 innings this year. So Trevor Rogers, I don't know. I think that could be a good matchup for him. Brandon Woodruff taking on the Nats. It's his second start back. He gave up 1 earned run over 6 innings with 8 strikeouts in his debut after 2 years away. So Woodruff against the Nats, I don't know. We'll see. I was not optimistic for his return. It went well. We'll see how the second one goes. Jacob Lopez taking on the Blue Jays. I am a big Jacob Lopez fan. I know he's given up a lot of runs, but the strikeouts have been there. He has 47 strikeouts over his last 35 innings. Look, he struck out 8 against the Giants last time out. I'm in it for the strikeouts, and hopefully he can figure out the rest. And finally, my matchup of the day, it's going to be the Mariners versus the Tigers. George Kirby versus Casey Mize. Kirby, over his last 7 games, 42 strikeouts and 6 walks in 40 and a third innings with a 2.68 ERA. And Mize, 32 strikeouts and 38 innings with a 2.84 ERA in that same span, 7 games. These are 2 guys who have been pitching well, and I think that is going to be a fun one. Also, I'm a Tigers fan, and that is wholly biased because I have been very much enjoying what Casey Mize has been doing this year. Either way, we'll be watching that game. With that, make sure to check out pitcherlist.com. We have our top 100 pitchers that Nick Pollock does. We have our top 100 hitters from Scott Chu, and of course, the top 100 reliever lists from Rick Graham, as well as other fantastic written content that is coming out daily. Make sure to check that out, pitcherlist.com. Join PL Pro too. We have a Discord where we're always talking baseball. And of course, you have some access to some great stuff through PL Pro. So join that if you have not already. With that, I will see you guys tomorrow. This has been another edition of the First Pitch Podcast on Pitcher List.